My name's L.A. Dave. Dave White's my real name, but most people know me as L.A. Dave because I own L.A. Skate Company. Been around for 36 years. Own the oldest skate shop in Los Angeles. Well, it all started back in 1978. I started selling skates out of an apartment building. And I thought, well, what if I could even make a business run? But I needed something to do, so I found a shop over on Colorado Street. Came up with the name Hot Skates, and after we were there about a year, a guy came along with a Volkswagen. It was all camouflage painted, and he said, "How about I paint your store like that?" And so we did, and it took about a year to get started, but people were buying stuff right when we first started out. And as things progressed, we started to gain more business. I kept reinvesting in the business, and eventually started carrying skateboards after the first year. So that was like 1979, towards the end of that. But skateboarding was hot right in 79 for about a year, and then it just died and went right in the toilet. And roller skating died too, and it was like, well, how are we going to make any money? So we started selling rock and roll t-shirts. And rock and roll and skateboarding all lived together, and we started doing pretty good, and skateboarding started coming back about 81. And we really had a great spot on that shop because we were in between two malls. We had Eagle Rock Plaza at one end, and at the other end we had the Glendale Galleria. And it worked out pretty good. We got referrals from each of the malls, and they didn't have something. The toy stores were selling skateboards. Said, well, try Hot Skates. Well, around 82, 83, I thought, we should start making our own stuff. We started carrying Dogtown, and I was distributing stuff at that point. We were selling so many skateboards by 1984. So we started distributing Thunder Trucks and Dogtown decks, Blockhead, and Skull Skates. And we were just doing really well. We were selling wholesale, retail, and that's when I decided to start the LA Skate Company. And that's where we're at right now. We're in the final building that we're finally moved to here about 3 years ago, LA Skate on Santa Monica Boulevard right at the 101 freeway. So the travel now is about 6.5 miles from where we originally started out in Glendale. We're on Colorado Street between Adams and Chevy Chase, and moved from there to Hyperion Avenue. On Hyperion Avenue we were there for 22 years, and we were in 3 different spots on that block. I tried really hard to make it retail, but we just didn't really click with retail there. We were in a block where it was mostly mixed use, residential and commercial. And a lot of the distributors didn't want to sell to us because it was kind of like a garage. But the whole point was that we were in a warehouse. We were just trying to protect our assets. And the problem was that we got broken into at the original spot maybe 3 times. We lost about $15,000 worth of product. So I wanted to get into something that was a little more solid and protect the product and stuff like that. So anyway, we outgrew that spot. We were there from 2004 to 2008, and in 4 years we packed the entire warehouse. 900 square feet, we had it packed floor to ceiling with product. And so it was time to find a new place. I had product into a loft in Glendale for like a year and a half, and I almost opened up another store there because I had so much stuff. And then we moved over to here, and I'll tell you, moving this much product was so difficult. I burned out 2 crews in less than 3 weeks, and nobody wanted to move anything after that. It was like, I'm so tired, I don't want to touch anything anymore. But anyway, we got it all in, and it took 2 years to get it organized, and we built up the slat wall and got all the decks up and all the shoes up, and things are looking pretty good now. So here we are. Started out in 78, and it's 2015 now, and somehow I'm still in business. Tough. We got about 7 skate shops in the area now. When I moved in, there were only 2 or 3. Well, there were 3 on Melrose, 1 on Sunset, and that was it. But now we've got about 5 more have opened up since then. So makes it a little slimmer on customers and stuff. But when somebody's got problem with skateboards or stuff like that, we can fix them where most of the other people have no idea what to do. So I don't know. I've been doing it a long time, but I love it. and I love the people and all the pros and AMs that come through here and stuff like that. So.
Yeah, like maybe throw out some of the names that have been through here. Like everybody.
Well, I don't know. If you mention anybody's name, they've probably been here. The name that people ask me a lot about is Paul Rodriguez, but he's never been here. He lives in the Valley. So, but anybody who lives in Los Angeles area. One of our friends, this guy Mariano, he drew a logo for us, the LA Skate logo. It's something, he signed a magazine for me, and I asked if we could use the logo, and he said yeah. And it's really nice. It's got an Anarchy A in it. And it's clean, just says LA Skate, and it's more about skating than it is about the shop. It doesn't have any LA Skate code to it, so I kind of like that a little bit better. And not a shop logo, but somebody could wear it in Missouri or New York or whatever, and it's all about skating in LA, and that's what I thought was cool about it. Then we got guys like Brandon Biebel comes by, and Eric Ellington, and Andrew Reynolds, a lot of old pros that have been skating forever. Alex Olson's dad, Steve Olson, comes by, and we had Javante Turner here the other day, and we're trying to help him promote his company. And these guys are all trying to get something going in skateboarding and stuff like that, and we're here to support every step of the way for someone who's been in skateboarding. And it's all about skateboarders in a skateboarding world, and I really don't care for the corporations. I'd rather see skateboarders making money off skateboarding. It's like the talent is out there. They're out there jumping off stuff and sliding down rails and banging the heck out of themselves. And what do they get for it? A little pittance, but this big corporation's making tons of money off of them. So that's the only part about skateboarding that I want to make sure that people support. Support skateboarders in a skateboarders world.